Welcome. It's Wednesday, June 3. Welcome to the coaching call. I just want to double, triple, quadruple check. The audio's better now. Is that correct? It's less echoey, even though it might still have an echo. And glad to have you here. It's June 3, 2020. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational and educational. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. And if you need personal financial advice, please consult your financial advisor. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So Juan says, hey, Rob, could you take a look again at the earnings transcript of AMRN? You look at Seeking Alpha. I think the one on Motley Fool is different. Yeah, if it's different, it's different. It's cool. You don't need me to help you with that. I don't know if they're different. If they're different, just avoid it altogether. Just avoid it. Just like don't do anything with it at all, and then we'll find a different stock. I think we've got some better stock ideas anyway. This is one of our bounty picks from Sue, and look at this one go. It's glorious. I don't know if I'm still in this one. I think I am. I think I'm still in this one. I have to check and see if I'm still in this one. If I am, that would be awesome. No, I think I took profit already. Yeah, I think I already took profit. I don't know why I did. You'd think I would be smart enough to stay in it. Yeah, I'm not in it anymore. I don't know why I'm not. Maybe I just grabbed some money and got out. But great job, Sue. And anybody else who is in this one still. Just a beautiful, beautiful trade. Okay, it's June 3, 2020. The bounty spreadsheet has been updated a bit. We have a couple of things to look out for on the bounty spreadsheet. That's ERI and JWN. So that's Juan. ERI, JWN. Juan, thank you. And then we have a couple late additions from Jack, AYTU. And I can only remember one stock symbol at a time. GSV, would never have remembered that. Thank you, Jack. We'll look at those ones, and this is going to be super exciting. I think I'm going to buy some MMLP today. It shows up in the scans as a really nice trade, and we talked about this yesterday, so I don't really need to go back into the details of this one, but I think that this one is great. I think that MMLP has some great potential. It's kind of a strike zone trade. I could trade 500 shares and then dump it if it goes badly. I like the idea of buying some of this, so I plan today to get back in on this because I bought it over here and took some profit already, and then it dropped to the monthly pivot again, and it's rising now, and it shows up on a bunch of scans as a top stock to watch. So I really like the idea of buying some of this again. I'm getting to the point where I've got a lot of trades, and I really don't need a lot of extra trades. So I want to be careful to perhaps maybe spend more time looking at ones I either want to stay in or want to get out of or whatever. So it's probably time for me to start looking at cutting off some ones that aren't moving enough. I sold a call spread on BKNG yesterday, and I'm going to put this in the coaching channel and I'll put it on a slide. But I sold the call spread, and it fell pretty nicely yesterday, actually. I sold let's see here, 1685 to make some money, and I bought the 1735, and the 1685 is going to rapidly decrease into absolute nothingness. I love this one. I'm really happy to be, I'm super happy to be taking this trade, and we can talk a little bit more about that. But I really want to move on to a couple of new ones as we go here. And the first one is Virt Financial. So it's in a trend. It's an upward trend. It's a pretty obvious upward trend, and it's after earnings. It shows up in a bunch of scans as a momentum play and others. You can see here on the Zacks thing, shows up as a great momentum one, a B on momentum, a C on value, and an F on growth. That's fine. It doesn't have to be a growth stock. And it's got a number 1 on the ranking. So what I thought I would do is pull up the transcript of the earnings, and we would quickly just look for guidance. Provide more detail on our revised guidance, disciplined expense management. We revised our guidance for occupancy, overhead, and cash compensation to reflect an increase solely to cash compensation for the blah, 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 do. Thanks for the sort of guidance on what you're going to do with the excess cash you generated. Whoa, they're paying down debt. They have excess cash. That's great. So please go ahead. Bonus accrual, blah, 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 blah. This one, blah, blah, blah. Guidance, what do you see right there? It's consistent with blah, 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 blah. Let's see what they say for outlook. They have excess cash. The attractive fundamentals to our business continue to persist. Our ability to convert opportunities into results has strengthened. We've built a highly respected global franchise. I mean, they're sitting here talking about making money and saving money. This is the kind of financial instrument I want to be a part of. So I like Virtu as a buy. I like it a lot. It shows up in scans as possibly super potentially fast moving upward. It's a trend. It's all of the things that we like to see. It's got the trend. It's got the upward movement. It's got a positive earnings call. It's got lowering expenses. They're saying that we actually have better opportunities coming faster. There's just so much to like about this. I think Virtu needs to be one of the trades that we like it. So this is a buy trade. Now I have so many trades already that I need to be extra careful, and I do not need to be in lots of other trades. I do not need more trades right now. It's fine to look at the ones that I think are worthwhile, and that's fine. And this is good for teaching you how to look for trades. But I like the September 18th calls. It's trading at $22.76. I like the $22.50 call. And the spread on that is really wide. Nope, the spread's too wide. This is a buy, but the spread is too wide. So I like this. I'm glad that we looked at it. I'm glad that we took a gander at it. I think that it's probably something that I would consider if it were maybe a little bit easier to trade as an option, but the spreads were kind of bad. So I'm not going to buy some Virt. Look at Virt. Okay, the next one I want to look at is so I'm going to close these. Gldd, which is the Great Lakes Dredge and Dock Corp. This is a company that dredges, digs up stuff and then fills it in, Panama Canal stuff. Some people say it's a great idea to short it every day at lunchtime. So maybe this afternoon we'll get a sort of an opportunity to maybe get in here. It's only a $9.83 stock. It shows up in a bunch of scans as a highly valuable company that has a pretty good financial profile. Yahoo says it's overvalued, but they have a return on assets. They have a return on equity. They have revenue. They have quarterly revenue growth. They have gross profit. They have profit after earnings and taxes, depreciation. They have more money than they need for their debt. They show up in a lot of different scans as an A on momentum, A on growth, A on value, a number 1 rank for earnings estimates going up. This is really neat. And of course, guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to read the transcript from May 5th. So if we scroll down here, let's look at guidance. So the word guidance does not appear one time, but the word outlook does. for Mark's on outlook moving forward. Thanks, Mark. During this unprecedented, the dredging industry has been listed as essential. The Army Corps of Engineers, turning to safety, Great Lakes is committed to health and safety. Health and safety, we cannot be certain we'll be able to continue normal operations. The pandemic has not had a material impact on operations. Expect the bid market to be similar. No changes from the current bid environment. We continue to upgrade our U.S. domestic fleet. We're in active U.S. discussions for constructions of our new and mid-sized boats, ships. The end of are being developed in the Gulf of Mexico, creating the need for port developments. They're telling you explicitly that we're growing. I have a duty, I have a responsibility, friends, to buy this stock. Like this is 100% exactly the kind of company that it's on an upward trend. It doesn't have any missed pivots. There are no missed pivots above where we are. That concerns me. Okay, that's concerning. But I think, another dollar higher seems totally reasonable, if not much, much higher than that. It has all of the characteristics that we look for. What I want to see now is I want to see this drop sometime today a little bit. And then I want to maybe trade this, get out of something, and then put the money into this. Buying starter position at, just say $9.75. If it can get down to $9.75, that would be great. Trend on the 1 hour. No missed pivots. Boo. Super value growth and momentum. Really, really good earnings call. Did I mention that? Earnings revised upward repeatedly. I love it. I'm really, really, really happy to be in this. I'm going to put an order in to buy this at $9.75. Okay. In other news, Booking Holdings opened up higher, so that's lame. Figure it out. That's lame. So my profit went into a loss, which I'll have to take a closer look at that. I want to look at some of the bounty trades here. So what we'll do is we'll go back and take a look at ERI. Juan, we'll put your name on it. This is a pretty neat looking chart. Juan, that's a beautiful looking rising trend. I love the look of that. Let's see if this is Nordstrom. I could not bring myself to buy Nordstrom. There's no way I'm going to buy Nordstrom. There's no way right now. Not a department store. We can take a look at it. We can consider it. We can do those things. But for right now, those earnings calls are all overwhelmingly negative, and they don't know when they're going to get back to normal. I've been to the Nordstrom store several times. I'm the only shopper in the entire store. They had to close down for 4 days just last week. Again, they had to close the whole store down again. So I can't do it, Juan. It doesn't mean I hate it. I'm not upset. I think that there will come a time when I want to be a part of that, but it's just not right now. AYTU. This looks amazing. That looks like a strike zone trade. So we'll look at that one and GSV, and then we'll pick which one we want to read the earnings for. Gold Standard Ventures Corp. Let's look at, since we already like gold, we're going to look at AYTU. And this is, AYTU Bioscience. Okay. Thursday, May 14th. Okay, we'll look for guidance. Based on this quarter release and your forward guidance, is it safe to say per million, blah, 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 the quarter, there's still duplicative cost? So guidance is only mentioned once. Outlook is not mentioned. There's probably also some kind of slide presentation. Closed an acquisition. Integrated with another business. Strong growth ahead of us on the RX side of the business. Entered the COVID-19 fight. We acquired the distribution rights of a rapid test. Subsequent following, we acquired the second rapid test. Cash equivalents. Company's cap structure is clean, so to speak, and the balance sheet is the strongest in the company's history. Financial results, higher revenue, the non-cash costs, operating loss to decline, investors, liabilities, CVR. Let me first touch on back to our blah, blah, blah. Newly acquired, solid quarter, rare, staying home, plan to build the OTC medicines, product strategy, both the blah, Dakota, the acquisition of the blah, 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 solid revenue contribution, the busy learning, refining, anxious to get back to a normalcy. The company will be prudent in how we do that, rapid test selling efforts. So I have important updates. We've received an initial shipment of tests, expecting these and blah, 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 touch on medical device opportunity, significant research, collectively seeking between blah, 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 strong and transformative. Okay, so there wasn't a lot of talk about how well they're doing going forward. Confident in the range of revenue. No further questions. Okay, it wasn't bad. It's not a bad earnings call. It's just not, it's not a lot of super exciting. This doesn't, there we go, AYTU. There doesn't seem to be a lot of super excitingness to this call. It doesn't feel like they're super excited about things. But it's a number one. It's got a F on growth, F on value, but a Zacks rank of number one. That means that trading styles of value, growth, and momentum. Like if you are a value stock person, this isn't the one for you because it's a growing, it's in its growth stage. If you're a growth stock, the company kind of isn't like rapidly hiring and whatever else. It doesn't mean that it's a bad buy trade though, because it's the earnings revisions are going up. So there are earnings revisions going up for this company. I think that if you combine that with the fact that it's a strike zone, if you combine it with the fact that they are sort of suggesting on the call that things are going pretty well, I think this becomes a buy trade. I would have zero qualifications. I would just go ahead and say, Jack, that's an eligible starter position buy trade for sure. I would have just absolutely no problems with that whatsoever. Oh, the password for the Zoom recording link. Let's just get you that password. So I wonder why the password wants a password. Isn't that weird? Share this recording publicly. We'll take password protection off of it. There we go. Now it should work. Thank you for letting me know. There we go. Thank you for letting me know that. And here we go. Oh, Sue, about the rules for the retirement pattern. We would be happy to do a little session for the group here and teach you that. It's no problem. That's no problem at all. I would be happy to do that. And the rules are really simple, and it would be best for her to explain them. And maybe early next week we could do that. Okay, some highlights for today. Reed is just kicking it. Old school, it is really, really, really crushing it. Reed is up to like 98 cents. I have 2,000 shares. I'm at $542. This is one we've been waiting for a long time with lots of insider buying, and I love it. And there are lots of missed pivots above where we are. There's tons of room for this to go much higher. There's no way I'm closing this one out. Acor is not moving. I probably am going to get rid of this and replace it with something else. I'm up $36 on this stock, but we, SGLB, not really moving a ton, but I think it has the potential to move a lot. TLRD is the same. DraftKings down today. So I expect DraftKings to fall very significantly. I own the $35 August 21st put. I spent $6 on those, and they're trading at $5.20 now. I can totally handle this. I think it's going down to this weekly pivot right here, and if it does, that would be amazing. KGC, I own this stock from a while back, just 200 shares though, and it looks like it's bouncing off the missed pivot point from a while back. Newmark seems like it's moving up a little bit, reasonably fine. TLRY doesn't really seem to be moving a ton. I just bought 100 shares as a starter position. Let's see here. And then there was ASX somewhere down here. There we go. ASX kind of up this morning. I bought 2,000 shares of this, up $200 so far. I bought the shares for $4.23. It's only really slightly higher. It's up to $4.33. Sue said, wait a minute, on Virtu, it's not really yet a trade. Yeah, there's all it really has going for it, Sue, is that it had a bullish profit circle a while back, a week ago on the 1 hour in the midst of a trend. It was really the second one in a few weeks. And that would be enough for me. That would be fine. I don't have to catch it right away, especially if it's got a good earnings call like it did. It's, I might wait for it maybe to pull back a bit before really jumping in. But I can't really trade the options, and I don't really want to spend $22 a share on anything. It's worth looking at. So in the end, happy to look at it, but otherwise, not really. Nokia is just crushing it right now. I've had Nokia for a billion years, and I'm finally excited to see this moving higher. This has the potential to go a long way for a long time. And when it finally starts to move like it does, it really starts to move a lot. That's about it. How's Wayfair today? Yeah, Wayfair. I still want my revenge on Wayfair. I still want my money on Wayfair. Uber also. I still think that Uber, even though that first go round on it didn't work well, it's not like Uber is crushing it at all. I wonder how Uber comes out on the Zacks side of things. It doesn't come out super strong. I know Wayfair gets like a 1. Wayfair gets a really strong rating. So, because they just keep revising their estimates higher. LXRX still not moving enough. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah, Uber Eats is where they're making their money. So right. So true. All right. It was a joy spending some time with you today. Do that research, everybody. Keep doing your research. Keep reading those transcripts. So I think I really love this Great Lakes business. Like we said, they're building the ships. That's probably, of everything we looked at today, this is probably my favorite. Sometime today, I want to buy a starter position at $9.75 or $9.70 or so. I'd really like to do that. I wouldn't mind even waiting longer, because this is something I might be in for a month or two. It's okay if I say I like it and then I wait, but I know that I like this one. It's got all the characteristics of something that we like. It's not really technically, it printed the bullish profit circle a long time ago. That's why I would like for it to drop back a little bit before I get in. Okay. I'll see you, beautiful people, tomorrow.